Before we get started, I did want to show you this real fast. This was something that kind of fucked me up a little bit. I really honestly don't know how to take this, and I know I'm kind of like being vague right now. It's kind of on purpose because this is gonna like really send you for a loop. So I was scrolling through TikTok. I never scroll through TikTok. I was scrolling through Twitter like I always am, and I see this. It's a X account that says Mayor Guy Fieri, right? I thought it was a joke. Like I thought it was like a fake like a parody account.
Yeah.
Mayor Guy Fieri. But it turns out it's playing into the whole like he's the mayor of Flavortown, which is like, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
This asshole for like his, I don't know if this is like his 50th or 58th or whatever. He just goes normal. Like this is actually Guy Fieri right now. Like tell me this does not throw you.
That's not him.
That's fucking Guy Fieri. I swear to God. That is actually Guy Fieri. He's going just Guy. That's it. He's just, he says it in this video. Watch this. This is actually insane. People are like legit, like this is making people uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable when I saw this. And I found out that it was really him. Like this was like Uncanny Valley, kind of. You know when like you see something that's like, it's a robot that's supposed to look like a person, but it's not. And you kind of get like creeped out by it. I kind of was getting this.
Are you sure?
I swear, dude. I'm not kidding.
This isn't an AI situation?
I think this might be him just fucking around, but this is him. This is him in the video. Look at this. Oh, wait, hold up. We fucked up the audio. Look at that. I love starting an episode like this. But luckily, we don't have to start the whole thing over and redo that whole script, you know? But no, let's give this a listen for those of you listening at home. Check this out.
Hey there. After so many years of celebrating my birthday as Guy, I figured this year I'd celebrate it as just a guy. Happy birthday to me. Hey there.
Tell me this does not make you extremely uncomfortable looking at this face right here. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It makes me, it's like I'm staring at an alien or something.
How did he do that to his hair?
I don't know.
I mean, both choices are bad.
Isn't it crazy that, like, we live in this world where the world is such a, like, weird place as it is right now that when you see Guy Fieri go normal, you go, something about this isn't right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he always had his hair spiked out. He was wearing, like, flame fucking, like, Hawaiian T-shirts and shit. Like, everywhere you go, you're like, something's wrong with this guy, right? The second that the guy goes normal, you go, this isn't right, kill it. Whatever that thing is, get rid of it. I don't want it. It's like, look, when you watch a movie and you're like, is that my dad or something? Or is it, like, one of the night crawlers that's, like, morphed into my dad? Right? Like, there's that movie, The Thing.
Yeah.
And this is like what I'm saying. You go, is that really Guy Fieri? Or is that like the alien pretending to play Guy Fieri? Like, it's very strange and off-putting.
Did you go and, like, look up that?
This is from his account. This is from the Guy Fieri. This is the 3.2 million follower account. This is his goddamn account.
When did he choose to do this to himself?
I have no idea, dude. This was like 2 days ago, but this is his account. This is like official Guy Fieri. You thought I was like just joking? You think I didn't research this? I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I know you did. I want to know when he changed his look.
It was
Why was it?
That post was from like 2 days ago. Look, there's this one. Look, someone wrote the same exact thing. Look at this one tweet. Guy Fieri has done the impossible for me. Every time a guy does blonde, I think this guy looks weird. Guy Fieri goes natural, and I think that is weird. And he responds. He goes, I'm sorry if my new haircut bothers you right now. Look at this. It's real.
Dude, it's not the haircut. It's the whole look.
The whole
You
thing.
changed everything.
The whole thing is very
You don't have any
strange.
facial hair either.
It's so crazy, is it not?
After so many years,
Is that not? It's just seeing him. I'm like, this looks nuts. This looks nuts. But I wanted to give it up for him. This is a great way to start the episode. You know what I mean? Give it up, dude. Guy Fieri. Every year, like, he started as such a joke. Like, he didn't start as a joke. He got famous for a reason, right? But in a cult sense, everyone looked at him like a joke, right? They go, oh, diners, drive-ins, and dives. Every year, he gets cooler to me. Like, every year, he gets cooler to me. The fact that he did that without even thinking about it, without even any kind of, like, warning or anything, he just one day posts that and just goes, hey, world, this is actually me. After 40 fucking years of whatever, you know? I kind of respect that. Like, it makes me like him more.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, I get that.
That's such a great way to start the episode. Welcome to Lost Docs Media. This is a podcast that makes you take a second look at what you just watched. New episodes of Lost Docs Media go up every Wednesday. We post the audio episodes on all of your favorite audio podcast platforms at 4:30 a.m. Same Wednesday, video episodes go up at 4 p.m. So you can listen to the episodes on your way to work, and you can watch them when you get home from work. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the episodes on YouTube, and you can actually comment and do all that on Spotify now as well. On YouTube, make sure you also hit the notification so that you can catch us when we're live, because we absolutely do not announce that. So we're just going to randomly go live one day. You'll get a notification, and you can choose to be there and hang out with us or not. This week, we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about the comedy feud, the Austin, Texas, New York City comedy feud that we had talked about a couple weeks back. You know, Lemaire started that whole thing on Twitter. We got a little bit of Story Wars. What else we got? The responses to the fucking night at the club between the retarded Avengers, Mr. Klavicki Licky, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, the Tate brothers, Myron Gaines. Literally the Down syndrome Avengers hanging out in Miami, Florida, and they make the fucking national news. I
didn't know it made national news.
It made national news. I talked about that the night after it happened. Like, I watched that stream, like almost the entire stream. I told you I skipped them sitting at the desk, and because I had already missed that part. So I'm not going to go back and watch. I'm going to keep watching live, right? Obviously. And I watched it the night before it happened. The next day we recorded. The day after that, everyone loses their mind over the fact that they were singing the Heil Hitler song in the club. I was like, whoa. I don't even know if we talked about that part on the show. We talked about him smoking a cigarette, sexually assaulting women, Nick respecting women in the club, kind of sitting there with his hands to himself. I don't even know if we talked about them playing that song. That's how much.
I think we did.
Did we?
I think we did.
Okay, I guess maybe we did, but I felt like I didn't really care about it I didn't make a big deal out of it. I know for a fact.
No, you didn't. It wasn't a big deal thing. Or maybe it was just we talked about it when it was happening because I was here when you were watching.
Yeah, I think we might have just talked about it while we were watching it, because I know for a fact if we did talk about it on the show, I definitely was not like, oh my God, they're going to make the news for this. Like, I didn't even think about it when we were talking. I was like, okay, they're listening to the song, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a big deal. The next day, everyone and their fucking mothers loses their minds over this. It goes national news. Miami mayor is calling everyone out. Like, I can't believe the club had these guys on. I'm disgusted. He's the biggest Jew you've ever seen in your entire... You know what I mean? It's wild. So we will be talking about that and lots more on this week's episode of Lost Docs Media. The first thing I do want to get into, though, is before we jump into the Austin comedy and New York City beef that's going on currently, that was started by the oh-so-round Lemaire Lee from Shane Gillis's little posse crew. Before we get into all that, I did want to, because Louis J. Gomez is involved in all of this, and I've been, paying attention to Louis a lot lately. More to come on that as well. Me and Louis have been going back and forth online, and I will be explaining more later. Not on this episode. I'm going to let that one marinate and let this fight actually kind of brew for a little bit, and then I will start. When this show's bigger and we have a little bit of fucking weight behind our punches, that's when we come back. For now, we let it be, But we do pay attention to Louis. Everyone, I just want you to know that we do pay attention to Lewis. So because Lewis is involved in all of this, I was, boning up on my Louis Gay Gomez for the week. And I came across this episode of Story Wars, and me and you watched it, and you told me yourself, you're like, I don't know who this Doug Stanhope guy is. You're like, I fucking love him, man. Look, normally, I'll say this. Normally, Doug Stanhope is like a cuck, dude. He's a huge alcoholic. Came from the Rogan sphere, like not this current Rogan sphere, the realm of comedians that were coming up when Rogan was coming up. The Rogans, the Carlos Mencias, those types, right? He's just not that great. His comedy is very washed up, in my opinion. He's very not with the times. He's a dinosaur. And the more he drinks, the more pickled he gets. And you understand where I'm getting with this, right? So normally, Doug is just not par for the course. But this episode, he, killed the game. He, wrecked it in the game. And he was fucking everyone's shit up. And
just logically.
And it was weird. It was like Big J Okerson explained it the best way that I could possibly think of anyone explaining it. He goes, Doug is walking through this game like Mr. Bean right now. Like shit's exploding around him and fucking bullets are flying and he's walking through like completely retarded. And he's winning the whole game. And everything about it is wrong. You go, there's no way that Doug should be getting away with this, and he's just fucking them all up. And I know they hate it. There was couple things I got real quick. We're going to blast through these. This first one, part of me and Lewis talking shit back and forth is Lewis said to me on Twitter, he goes, oh, you wish you were Red Bar, right? And I go, oh, yeah, you wish that you were fucking Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe, right? Now, Story Wars is a fucking perfect ripoff of the Kill Tony experience, if I do say so myself. You have a shitty table with a fucking cloth over it. The mic's on top of the table. There's even a bucket there for some reason. Why the fuck is there a bucket at Story Wars? Riddle me this, Batman, right? He's doing it live in front of an audience, but okay, I'll give him. He's got Legion of Skanks and shit like that. He's known for doing podcasts in front of live audience. I will give Lewis that. This next thing, though, I go, this one seems a little on the nose that you're really ripping this one off from Tony Hinchcliffe. I'll let you guys watch, and hopefully you, listening or watching at home, will catch it without me having to stop the video and explain it. Watch this.
The show's over. Veeps, shut the cameras off.
Man, don't you wish there was like a big old power switch in the back there for a second to go in? Skankfest is over. Right, we're having it for Chris Rogers one more time, working on that fucking picture of Dane Cook.
Who is that a picture of?
Dane Cook.
It's Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon, who canceled on the festival.
Yeah. He's gonna do a big circle slash over his face when he's done.
Now, look. You think the camera's gonna pan away to what the guy's doing over there?
You're just trying to make money, you piece of shit.
It doesn't. It cuts right back. Now, did you catch on to what's happening here?
Yeah.
So, at the end of every episode of Kill Tony, they have the drawing from Ryan Ebelt or whatever the fuck his name is, and then the other cuck over there that's doing the painting. You remember the last painting?
The one of
Shane Gillis. He looked like fucking Ratatouille or some shit like that. I was like, that is not Shane. That is not Shane, dude. It was the funniest fucking thing. Now, Lewis, for those of you only listening at home, is dressed like a gay skeleton on fucking Day of the Dead, right? This is the craziest look I've ever seen. The spirit of jazz, if you will, That's a very, very deep cut on the Mighty Boosh. If you don't know the Mighty Boosh, look up the Mighty Boosh, look up the Spirit of Jazz, come back to me. So, he looks like the fucking Spirit of Jazz right now, right? Looking crazier than I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's ripping off. He's having somebody paint pictures at the end of for the end of the show. This is classic ripoff of Tony Hinchcliffe, am I not right?
You are.
That is the fucking... I'm almost I want to go out and talk to, bang on my neighbor's doors and shit and go, do you guys see this? This is crazy, right? For someone who talks this much shit. Now, look, we'll skip ahead a little bit. I want to take you guys to Tony's intro. I loved Tony's intro because the guys in the front row. Did you catch that when you were watching it? Dude, the guys in the front row, audience members, they just fucking light Tony the fuck up the second that he gets out on stage. Yeah, you didn't catch that?
I don't know that I remember.
Oh, my God. Watch this. It's so funny. They just start... Watch. I won't even ruin it for you. This is fucking hilarious. Watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Tony Hinchcliffe.
Hold up. Before Tony comes up, look at Doug. Look at Doug. Doug in the background right here. Drunk as fuck. Don't know where the fuck he's at. He's like, he reminds me of Joe Biden. Hanging out in the background like the Slender Man right now. Waiting for you to walk into your house and hopefully leave your back door unlocked. You know, this is, dude, Doug stand-up is so fucking funny this episode, dude. And I love it because Tony prides himself on winning this game. Louis J. Gomez prides himself on always winning this game. And to watch a drunk retard like Doug Stanhope come in and just wash them all was the funniest fucking thing to me. But watch Tony's intro. Let's get back. I'm sorry. I steered away. We're back on track. I'm sorry. Somehow, this is the only time in your life you're ever going to see someone on stage that looks gayer than Tony when Tony's on stage with them. Look at Louis. Like, as soon as it cuts, Tony's wearing the puffiest vest I've ever seen in my life. He looks like as if he switched torsos with the Michelin Man and just kept his human arms and just did all the tires as the torso. That's how puffy his fucking vest jacket is right now. And somehow they cut to Louis, and Louis immediately looks gayer than Tony ever could. Watch this. Look at this. Oh! Zesty as hell. Zesty as fuck.
There's one guy in the front row alone is hilarious.
There's like
Now the whole audience, the guys in the front row, Tony's gay. Tony's gay. It's so funny to me. It's not hilarious because they're like trying to shit on Tony. You know, it is funny, but it's not like, okay, fall out of your seat funny that they're calling him gay like on stage. Like if I was there in person, I'm dying. I'm dead. You're calling an ambulance for me. But like right now, it's not the craziest thing in the world. It's funny because the guy's trying to start like this not another teen movie like chant. He's like, Tony's gay. Tony's gay. And he's just by himself. Every single other person there is like, we actually kind of like Tony here. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck, dude? I'd be so pissed if I was that guy trying to start this chat. I'd turn around and be like, you guys really? You guys fucking seriously gonna leave me like this? Really? Okay.
There's one guy in the front row alone is hilarious.
there's like 7 people who really think you're gay.
Don't worry, there's like 2,400 others that don't.
No, they're just trying to be nice and quiet and respectful of the show. That's all it is, Big J. As I'm sure they all agree with the guy in the front. They just didn't have the balls to speak up. He's the only one drunk enough to do it right now. This is at Skankfest, right?
Right. And they were in New Orleans.
Yeah, they're probably doing this at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Orleans.
It's like half the people are dead in the audience. Literally, the ambulance is pumping everyone's fucking stomachs in the audience because they all have alcohol poisoning. He goes, 2,400 other people like you. All 2,400 of them are like overdosed in the audience, dying. He goes, they all like you. They didn't say nothing. They're dead. So going to the next time code. Oh, God. So this next one I like, and then we're going to move on to the Austin, New York comedy beef. This one, I liked this time code because this is, Doug is getting drunk this whole time. This is Skankfest. And that's just part of Doug's MO. He's just going to get drunk wherever he's at. Everyone knows him for this. Picture Shane Gillis, but a little more pickled, like I said earlier. So he's getting drunk, and with the drunk you know, with a little bit of inebriation, right, comes a little bit of truth in that shit talk. You know, there's an underlying layer of truth in every drunken shit talk. It does not matter how unserious it is, right? There's always a little something. Like, your sister's gonna get drunk and she's gonna be like, isn't it crazy how, like, you never pay attention to your kids when there's, like, always a bunch of people over? It's, like, the funniest fucking thing, right? And you're like, yo, bitch, calm down. You know what I mean? Fucking chill how you talk about how I'm raising my fucking kid. You know, it's like one of those types of situations. Yeah, is she telling the truth? Do you actually not watch your kids? Probably not. She might be fucking embellishing that, right? But it's truth to her. And it's coming out. Like, it's finally coming out, right? And the drunk, inebriated state was the lubrication she needed to get it the fuck out of her system, is what I'm getting at. Now, with the guy like Doug, if he's drunk all the time, you're just going to get the truth. It's just the tap is always going to be open.
Yeah.
You know, it's just going to always be open. So I was watching this, and he said this one thing about the show, Kill Tony, and he tries to say, like, it's a joke, but I go, maybe this is like an actual conspiracy going on here. Come to find out, the subreddits are all talking about this. I had no idea that this was an actual conspiracy coming through the Kill Tony sphere. Listen to what Doug says about this.
How many stories has Doug had in already? Do we know? It doesn't
4, 5?
See, now you're copying my strategy.
Well,
I should have never said it out
It doesn't
loud.
matter. Look, they're all randomly pulled, right? So it could be 2 in a row, 3 in a row. If you submitted more stories, like I only had time to submit 3 stories today.
I want to know
See, this is what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
I know what part's about to happen, because this is what I was saying when we were watching that the Netflix Live.
Exactly.
And I thought this when this comment happened.
The Netflix Live that YouTube had stricken down. They took away my fucking right to party that night. God damn it. We're still working on trying to get that live back up. But you did say this. This is very funny. Right now, I just think it's funny how this is that Mr. Bean shit that we're talking about. Doug doesn't even know that the stories are randomized. He just goes, oh, you're trying to take my strategy by, like, throwing you guys off on, you know, because all the stories were mine. And Lewis is like, bro, you could have submitted 12 stories. They're all random. Like, what are you talking about? So this is what I just wanted to point that part out before we get into this. It's like, this is the level of, like, I don't know, waywardness that Doug was on, if you want to call it that. Doug was just frolicking in a field somewhere in his mind. And, like, this shit was just happening around him. He was just, like, there. You know, he just happened to be winning. Like,
I love that his choice is like, it looks like he's just got a bottle of wine.
He always is drinking like that. He always looks like Mr. Magoo. He has the craziest fucking suit on you've ever seen in your life every single time. It'll be like a bunch of fly fishing lures all printed around the whole fucking suit or something like that.
It's just part of his...
It's just his shtick. He dresses legitimately like a clown. And then he drinks crazy shit like bottles of wine and stuff. He's one of those old fags that he goes, I only drink one thing. You know, it's like one of those kind of guys. But this is what I'm saying. This is like his level of retardation. He's literally a butterfly floating through this fucking game, dude.
Never said it out loud.
It doesn't matter. Look, they're all randomly pulled, right? So it could be 2 in a row, 3 in a row. If you submitted more stories, like I only had time to submit 3 stories today.
I want to know the behind the scenes. Like, how randomly are these drawn?
Why don't you ask your sexy girlfriend, Alex, Doug?
It's kind of like Kill Tony. Oh, really? The one guy with special needs and missing a fucking eye happens to be one of the 200 people that lined up. And he's...
Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute here. I'm liking what I'm hearing. This is like, I bet you feel vindicated as fuck. Not that anyone was against you. The chat in that live was ready to suck your tits. I thought I was going to lose you to the chat that night. Every single one of them. You started saying your thoughts on Kill Tony. Everyone in the chat was like, Ashley's the best. She had the greatest opinion. She's the new host of the show. I go, fuck. No, I'm kidding. Of course. But no, you were spot on. Like, when you were saying that, for the Netflix special, it was very apparent that those were not random bucket pulls like that. And then they threw way too many, like, regulars and shit into the mix, right? It essentially was just like a Killers of Kill Tony show. That's what that is. Tony Hinchcliffe has a tour that he does with all the regulars and shit.
But then they should have just said it. Was
Exactly. They should have just done a Killers of Kill Tony special. That would have been more appropriate to the name, because you could tell on that Netflix comedy special, Once Upon a Time in Austin or whatever that they named it. It was very apparent. None of the bucket pulls were random. They had, I think maybe out of the whole 2.5 hour special, I think there was maybe 3 or 4 bucket pulls max. Like everyone else was regulars. They gave Roseanne Barr an extended set. Harlan Williams comes up there dressed like the Jewish leprechaun or some shit like that. And you're like, what the fuck is even happening? It was terrible to watch.
It was.
The fact that YouTube took that down is a disgrace to fair use media everywhere. You know what I mean? You're really gonna take that episode down for this dog shit? Really? Okay. And Netflix paid. If I was an exec at Netflix, I'd be fucking pissed. Like, you guys brought us back this? We just dropped $140 million on you. You guys brought us this? The fuck? Why is Roseanne Barr so drunk? And who the fuck is Rob Schneider? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, what is even happening here? The execs at Netflix are like 25. They don't know who the fuck Rob Schneider is. Now listen to this. I love Doug fucking coming out with this shit.
The behind the scenes, like how randomly are these drawn?
Why don't you ask your sexy girlfriend Alex, Doug?
It's kind of like Kill Tony. Oh, really? The one guy with special needs and missing a fucking eye happens to be one of the 200 people that lined up. And he pleads to his death. Oh, no, it's completely random.
If you saw
Like
the other
questions.
199 people, you'd understand how that guy got pulled.
I have, he says. He goes, I have, trust me. I was, every time that Doug has ever been on Kill Tony, they pull him out of the same alleyway that the signups are standing in. He's like sleeping like under some like newspapers or something. They go, Doug, you ready? You're on the panel tonight. No, you don't have to sign up for the bucket. We're gonna just bring you right on stage.
He's been on Kill Tony.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, I've never seen this person.
Yeah, no, I know. No, but it's just funny that Tony is like, dude, look at that face Tony has on him right now. Jesus Christ. Is that not the guiltiest guy you've ever seen in your entire life? Tony looks like Woody from Toy Story right now, dude. It's crazy. He looks like Woody from Toy Story. He looks like as if Woody from Toy Story accidentally got caught by Andy. You know what I mean? Like if Andy walked in the room and Woody was like still standing and he goes, oh shit. This is like the same face that he would have right here. He goes, you got me. Dude, this is fucking hilarious. What is YouTube doing right now? Stop. It's like fucking with me so much. You got to watch. Watch when Doug's really explaining this. Tony is getting uncomfortable over there in the background. This is so rich, dude.
Tony. Oh, really? The one guy with special needs and missing a fucking eye
Look at Tony.
happens to be one of the 200 people that lined up. And he pleads to his death. Oh, no, it's completely random.
If you saw the other 199 people, you'd understand how that guy got pulled.
I've been out there signing autographs with them while you're fucking feeding off the backs of the poor.
What the fuck?
Feeding off the backs of the poor. You know, it's funny because not a lot of people do consider that. Like, they look at Kill Tony as if it's like this gracious opportunity, right? But nobody thinks about the fact that there's 235 other people just sitting out there, half of them with mental disabilities and physical disabilities, in an alleyway, you know, just hanging out. All ruining the town. You know, all of them are like smoking weed and drinking pints of liquor back there and shit. Probably trash all the fuck over. Like, when that shit first started, like really banging out, and there was like legitimately 200 people there back in the alleyway, the city got pissed. Austin was like, bro, you cannot just have 300 homeless people hanging out in fucking 6th Street. This is nuts. They go, no, it's Kill Tony. They go, we don't care. They look homeless. Get them out of here. You know what I mean? They go, get them out of here. So then they started like funneling them into the bars and shit that are next to there. Now imagine being one of the bartenders that works at those bars, right? And every Sunday night, the bar just gets fucking slammed with nothing but broke fucking open micers that are ordering cups of water. You have to be, it's the worst, it's your worst nightmare.
You think that's what they're doing?
I fucking guarantee it. You think these fucking open mic schmucks got money like that? Like 90% of them are broke as fuck. You know it. You know it. Like, and then isn't it, to Doug's point, right? Isn't it kind of ironic that like every time Tony gets like a decent interview, the guy's like, oh, I'm a fucking mechanical engineer at Google. Or I'm like, I happen to have 30,000 followers on Instagram. You know what I mean? It's like always something that is there, right? Oh, what's that? You have like a rare case of muscular dystrophilia that like only 1% of the cases in the world have? And your father's a comic? Like, it's like, whoa, what are the odds, you know? Every time. Every fucking time. I thought this was very nice. I got to give it up. Look at Doug right here. No, go back.
Doug's hand up a man.
Dude, that he looked so badass in that one like instance, dude.
Man of the people, a true man of the.
For some reason, my what's it called? My keyboard's not working right now. There we go. I was like, what is happening here? Okay. Anyway, let's give it up for Doug Stanhope. Bringing us a little glimmer of truth, you know? That's how we're doing it now. We're moving on quick. If I don't, if I'm hitting technical difficulties, I go, get him out of here. I go, get him out of here. We don't need him right now, So we're going to move on to this Austin, Texas, New York City comedy war. Of course, before we had brought up in a previous episode how this all kind of started. It kind of started with Lemaire Lee's tweets, right? Mm-hmm. But in reality, it was from Lewis ripping on Austin comics on his show, The Regs, because of a text exchange that he was having between him and Tony Hinchcliffe, right? Where Tony Hinchcliffe, this is just a recap for everyone, where Tony Hinchcliffe had responded to something that Lewis posted in response to like another comic saying that Austin had the best comics, right? And then Lewis responded to that other random person who's not Tony Hinchcliffe and was like, actually, New York has the best comics, right? So then Tony starts going to Lewis, oh, really? You think of that? And then they start a little back and forth, right? Now, Lewis talks about this on the regs, and Lemaire Lee, for no reason at all, sees this and just decides to start tweeting the most heinous shit. New York comics smell like piss, and so does New York. You know what I mean? New York's got the shittiest comics ever. I've been to that city. And it just starts this whole goddamn thing. All while Shane Gillis is out filming like some movie somewhere or something. Like Shane isn't even home. And Lemaire's over there burning down his whole empire. This is craziness. You give a guy an inch, right? You give a guy a fucking inch, right? And he starts this. Now, naturally, this is going to reverberate, or however you want to say it, throughout that Austin scene, right? New York, such a big scene, so much shit going on over there. No New York comics are going to give a fuck. They're going to be like, they said what? Oh, we're the best anyway. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's not going to be a big deal. The guys in Austin, they're going to be a little butthurt about this, especially because they all came from L.A., right? So they're going to think, well, we came from L.A., so naturally this is going to be... L.A. sucked compared to fucking New York. It always has. Let's be real. Nobody wants to listen to comics fucking talk about how funny it is that their daughter eats quinoa on a Sunday. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? I want to hear about the mean streets of New York. I want to hear homeless jokes, rape jokes, if you will. You're not going to hear that kind of stuff in LA. Okay?
They have a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, but they don't talk about rape. Okay? And those are my favorite. But that's what I'm saying. These Austin guys, they took really a lot of offense to this. So naturally, people like Joe Rogan, stuff like that, they're going to hear about this. But I wanted to show you guys, Lewis is still double tapping into this. Like, Lewis still can't let this go.
All right, where were we?
And what happened?
He's a girl.
Lewis is a girl. Lewis is basically a fucking woman. You are correct. He is a woman. Online, in real life, he's just a woman. He's trans. You heard it here first. But it's just so funny because last time when we talked about this on the show, Lewis was like, Lemaire, you're not a major player in this. You're not blah, blah, blah. You're nobody, this and that. And like, he kind of was like, we shouldn't even be talking about this. It's so like beneath us. We're obviously better. Like he kind of had that attitude about it, right? So why are you still bringing it up?
Because he's a girl.
A full week later, exactly. He gets one little poodle dog that he adopted from like Wish or something like that. And all of a sudden, he's a full-blown bitch. Now watch, he's about to bring this shit up again. But I don't want to just point out the fact that he's bringing it up. I want to point out the way that all the other comics at the table are acting when he brings it up. Watch them all start to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't all say that about Austin. You said that about Austin. Now, why? Because of Joe Rogan, right? They all want to still play the mothership. Why the fuck are you trying to burn down these bridges for us, Lewis? Watch the way they act about this. Watch this. I'll let them take it away.
See any young comics in Austin who's Lewis?
I walked in and didn't even know about this.
I have no idea what's going on either. What is happening with why? What's up?
No, we talked shit on this show. We all did.
We all did.
Wow.
No,
I love Austin.
What's up? Back-peddling.
We all did.
Austin is number.
Look, even Dan in the background, he's like, we all did. We all talked a little. And Robbie and fucking Robert Kelly and Joe List are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We got kids and like, we got it. Like Joe is like a Mark Norman clone almost. You know what I mean? He's like Mark Norman if Mark had herpes and was like 6 inches taller. But it's so funny to watch them like this. It's very, and Lewis, you can see Lewis is like that one friend that's like, yo, you guys seriously? Like we were all talking shit in the back room 5 minutes ago. Like, are you serious right now? I love that. He goes, really? Really? You guys are doing this right now?
This show. What's
up?
No, we talked shit on this show. We all did.
We all did.
Wow.
No,
I love Austin.
What's up? Back-peddling.
We all did.
Austin is number one in the world, which means universe.
Interesting. Now look at Joe trying to play it off as a joke. Austin's number one. It's like, bro, all right, just say that you still want to play the mothership, bro, please. Can you just come out? Like, that's my thing is like, why don't they just say, okay, we talked some shit, we still want to play the mothership? Why can't you just, for once, be real ass podcasts? You know what I mean? Why can't you? Why do you have to try to play it off as a joke and be like, no, you did a who? Come on, bro. Like, this is so pussy, dude. You talk the talk, now walk the walk. What's the big deal? So you can't play one weekend at the fucking mother. Who cares? And the craziest part to me, this is what really kind of fucks with me about these kinds of clips, is that anyone with half a brain who kind of pays attention to these guys, if you're like a fan of comedy, whatever you want to say, you know for a fact that these guys are all behind closed doors talking so much shit about that club. You know how I know? Because you wouldn't hear whispers about it online. You wouldn't hear people like Anthony Jeselnik sitting there saying, oh, you know, everyone over there, they kind of pull the hack rope because they all have to say fag and retard in their sets. You would not hear Mark Maron making jokes about it in his fucking comedy specials. You get what I'm saying? Like, there would not be this. Yeah. It's the same thing like the Bill Cosby thing, right? People were making jokes and hinting about that for years before he got busted. And one of the big things that really led to people getting the talking, the little buzz going that led to his arrest and shit was a comedian named Hannibal Buress having like a whole chunk about it in his comedy set. How he was just what seemed like out of nowhere calling Bill Cosby a rapist. But people were like, well, where's this coming from, right? So now it starts getting the ball rolling. And that kind of legitimately was like what led to people looking into Bill Cosby's shit. This is the same thing. We all know.
Yeah.
We all know. Yeah. You know? We all know. Just fucking admit it. Why you guys got to be such pussies about it? Robert Kelly. What are you, fucking Maynard from fucking Tool? You fucking bitch.
You.
We all did.
Wow.
No, you.
I love Austin.
What's up? Backpedaling.
We all did.
Austin is number one in the world, which means universe. Best city. Easy.
Let's not get carried away.
Best queso.
Best barbecue.
I love Barton Springs.
Best
I
barbecue.
saved a girl there
Dude.
once.
One
I
of the
saved a
best
girl
Too
there.
cold. Too cold, but the girls can have their tits out.
That's fun.
Too hot to handle. Too cold to hold.
Shout out Cisco's.
Look, one of them's a little nervous, yeah? Look at that. Look at that ghost bottle of water sitting down here at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. One of them's getting a little nervous. I don't know whose hand is doing all
Barbecue.
this.
I love Barton Springs.
Look at this.
Best
I
barbecue.
saved a girl there once.
One
I
of the
saved
best
a girl
magic
there.
trick.
Too cold, but the girls can have
Look at
their
this
tits
magic
out.
trick.
fun.
Look at that
Too hot
bottle of
to
water
handle.
like
Too
that.
cold to hold.
I ain't never seen nothing like that. That bottle of water, so that's magic. I didn't know. They're taking lessons from David Blaine over there at the regs. That was magic. You see, somebody's nervous as hell talking about this goddamn topic.
I saved the girl there.
Look at
Too
that
cold, but
water.
the girls can have their tits out.
That's fun.
Too hot to handle. Too cold to hold.
Shout out Cisco's. Best place for breakfast.
I brought James.
Oh, it's Dan Soder. Dan's a little nervous right now. He goes, man, I could really use a cigarette. Dan quit smoking 10 years ago. He goes, man, I could really use a fucking Newport right about now.
To Barton
mid.
Springs.
I love
Mid.
it.
When he was
You're
like
mid.
maybe 7, and then it was girls
They're
on
not mid.
the.
I'm not going to disrupt you, but it's mid.
Magnolia Cafe. Fucking love it.
The pancakes are good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we talked shit on the show.
You talk shit.
All right, we did this.
Again?
I love Rogan.
We got it.
Again, and this time he mentions Rogan. This is not a joke, Joe List. We know where this is coming from. Everyone who knows comedy knows it comes from a place of truth. Listen to this. Listen, I feel like I'm really stepping on something here. I feel like I'm really chewing on something here. No, I'm kidding.
Shit on the show.
You talk shit.
All right, we did this.
I love Rogan.
We got it.
I love Rogan.
So
Rogan rules.
we went through the list of comedians that were better in New York than that were better in Austin.
You're the one that added anyone that moved to Austin fucking couldn't hack it.
Joe,
New
who are
York.
you fucking afraid of? Lemaire, you shut up.
Oh, shit, I love it. What the fuck? Now Lewis is bringing out the faggot. I like this. I like this because he's being sincere about it. This is not a comedy bit where he's going, isn't it crazy how like fags can do anything now? It's like him legitimately goes, yo, you're being a fucking faggot, bro. Chill the fuck out. I like that. I forgot that he exploded like this.
We're better in Austin.
You're the one that added anyone that moved to Austin fucking couldn't hack it.
Joe,
New
who are
York.
you fucking afraid of? Lemaire, you shut up. We got it. You're afraid of these people? Who fucking cares?
No, you little
You
bitch.
fucking
Take
pussy.
your fucking credit for being the
No,
one
wait,
that
it's on
said that.
video.
Bring up the clip.
Hey.
And right
Bring up the clip. Yo, this is so perfect because Lewis is right. As much as I hate to, they all talked some shit. Why do you have to be a fucking bitch about it?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Look at Lewis's face. Lewis is like, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm getting way too old.
Except
for
he
this.
loves the drama.
He loves it. He's a woman. He is a woman. I love that.
Fucking credit for being
No,
the one
wait,
that
it's on
said that.
video.
bring up the clip.
Hey.
And right now we're going to edit it in. Thanks
You
for watching
said
that.
everyone there could
there's the
crack
evidence.
it in New York. Let's
Danny,
just be real.
I stand by that. I stand by the fact that
Lemaire said something nice about me, okay?
What did he say?
He said, no, he's good.
That's all you got to say to Joe to get him to turn on
No,
his
he
friends.
didn't even say anything. I'm
I don't
fucking
even know
joking.
what happened.
Yeah, what happened? I was too busy saving lives in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Bobby was getting a medal, which in Costa Rica is just one of those.
Okay, you gonna get to what happened? I don't give a fuck about Bobby.
Como fue a girl from the dance? You are.
Damn, I thought I trailed off for a while when I'm talking about shit. These guys are balls deep in a Costa Rican accent right now. What the fuck?
For not letting
Happened. What happened? I know we talked about. Didn't somebody say Austin's the best, and then
Him
we
and Hinchcliffe were going back and forth in a
we did it
joking
on
way.
this show already, so we don't have to rehash the entire conversation.
But you're
then
gonna.
I brought up the fact that me and Tony had a little playful argument on text.
It was a good argument. You made some points.
And,
you said that New York had more
I-
talent than Austin. And, buddy, that's been the case since this city was formed.
I felt like that was the truth, and I think that a lot of people that watched that clip.
New York City is a much larger city.
we're the original 5 families.
Come on.
You just six or 7 decades of being #1 in comedy and just thousands of comedy.
7 decades?
7 decades, yeah.
Okay.
Now you just pulling
20s
random
LA was
metrics
wrong?
out of your ass. Now he's just pulling random ass that is like as if there's a sign in New York that says comedy established in 1920. Like, you know what I mean? What is it? Where is he even getting this information? What the fuck?
Butter? Well, 7 decades ago wasn't the 20s, Dan.
Well, nobody was going to Austin.
70 years ago?
That was 100 years ago.
Nobody was going to Austin 20 years ago.
I think it's the 90s.
We're in the 20s.
I mean, we're
still think
talking
it's the
stand-up
80s.
comedy, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
stand-up comedy was New York for more than 7 decades.
Since
Yeah.
the 40s, 50s. I mean, when did really people
30s
start
and
doing
40s.
stand-up
I
comedy
think
here?
stand-up clubs started in the 70s.
Okay, I don't give a shit about the history of comedy, but I do want to give it up for Lewis. Yeah. Damn, I got a couple ashes on the mic. I got to pull a clavicular real quick. Let me get a clavicular. Switch my J to my other hand real fast. Yeah, let's give it up for the boys, man. So now, look, they're rehashing the comedy, the comedy beef, right? And you think like, okay, this is probably just going to pretty much stay between them. Maybe Crack Amico makes like a song about it or something like that, You go, yeah, what's the worst that could happen out of this? Well, Joe Rogan, they seem to really care about Joe and wanting to play his club and stuff like that. But Joe doesn't read the comments, right? So if Joe doesn't read the comments, what makes you think he's watching a podcast like The Regs, right? It's probably not in his repertoire to be watching The Regs. Is that what you would say? Is that how you say his repertoire?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Really? Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take it. I'll take anything right now. But apparently, Joe did catch wind of it. Joe very much caught wind of it. And Joe actually kind of had something to say about it. And in typical Joe fashion, he does it in this like very cucky way where, hold on. Sorry, I had to hit the cough button. He does it in this very cucky way where he tries to be like nice about it, doesn't use disrespectful language, but still gives the point across that he's like, no, we're better, right? Or some shit like that. It's like this is why I say that I feel like this is gonna kind of start something a little bit here, because when I first turned this episode on, like less than 3 minutes in, they start talking about this Austin comedy scene and the mothership. And Joe starts mentioning how other comedians were saying the mothership kind of seems like a walled garden. He goes, yeah, you guys are paying good and a lot of comics want to play there, but you don't let everyone in. It's kind of like this place where a lot of people want to be a part of it, but they feel like they're on the opposite side and they can't get through, which is very true. I've legitimately watched episodes of Joe Rogan, like where he's talked about how comics have bitched to him because he won't let their friends come on. And he's like, yeah, I just don't want those guys at my club. It's like, yeah, you're legitimately like, he tries to say like, oh, I let the talent, like the guy Adam, some bullshit or something like that. He goes, yeah, I got the talent coordinator from the store in Los Angeles. I let them curate everything. They're the best at what they do. And then you're on your show saying, no, I don't let these specific comics. I don't want them playing my club. So you are telling these people who to have on and who not to have on. It's like, which one is it? Which one is it, buddy? So it's obvious that Joe cares about the opinions of others when it comes to like the club, the Austin comedy scene. He might not care what you say in the comments about his show, but now that he has a business, you better believe it. He wants those Yelp reviews to be as positive as they possibly can, right? So now listen to Joe's response. Now this is it. This is rich. Joe hears this. He hears about this shit talk. Imagine comedians in the green room at the mothership going, Joe, did you see what Lewis said? Did you see what Lewis said on his podcast? Is this crazy? This is exactly what's happening here. Listen to this.
The people that really are responsible for the movement, the crazy new scene here, are the ones who came before the club was open.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Simpson, Tom Segura. Segura was here early, man.
Right.
I told him about it. He's like, I'm fucking moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then bam, I was like, whoa. And when Tom moved, I was like, that's a big deal. Because Tom was already doing arenas.
Yeah.
I'll have you know, Tom Segura right now is mainly not doing comedy. He's focusing on his new show, Bad Thoughts, right? And he just opened up a very quaint little croissant shop in Austin, Texas. Isn't this nice? This is the guy that he's talking about that helped shape the comedy scene in Austin. Isn't this great? Motherfucker's slinging croissants right now. Oh, okay.
It required a certain amount of people to buy in.
Yeah.
And that I'm very because of that I'm very pro Austin because like, man, if you buy in, look what can happen. Like,
yeah.
there's
you shouldn't
stuff you
no
can do.
one should not be pro Austin.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because Lewis and Tony were going back and forth and arguing like Lewis shits on the Austin scene.
Right.
This New York.
Where is it?
Sometimes I don't know how fucking cringy and ridiculous I sound.
That's what the text was going back and forth. Tony was saying, he's texting Lewis. He goes, sometimes I don't know how cringy and ridiculous I sound. And he goes, yeah, we got the best comics. We got Roseanne Barr, Bert Kreischer, when he lives here. He mostly doesn't live here, but he's here sometimes. We have, you know what I mean? Like, imagine that.
New York versus Austin thing. Like Lewis shits on the Austin scene.
Right.
This New York versus Austin thing is the stupidest fucking thing of all time. It's like they should both be awesome. Who cares?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary like infight. It's like catty girl fighting. It's like why we both clearly can exist in a space where we can also help each other. Right. The New York guys are always here, and I feel like we're always there.
But the point is, what Tony and Lewis were going back and forth, and
I don't like that little exchange right there that just happened. We're gonna go back. I want you guys to witness that again. It's very pretentious what they just did, where they're kind of like trying to make it seem like they're above like that bickering and stuff like that. But by you bringing it on the podcast where you know about roughly 10 million people are going to listen to this, yeah, it seems like you kind of care a little bit. You know what you get what I'm saying? It's like you're trying to make it seem like you're above this. If you were, you would not even be mentioning it on your show. Not with a fucking terrorist like this. This guy, I don't even know who this is. Who the fuck is this?
I don't know.
You know, like, soundboard a little late on the soundboard. Thank you very much. No, in all seriousness, though, this guy is Ahmed Assam or some shit like that. Some, like, Arab comedian or something like that. One of, like, the open micers at the Mother. I don't know. I think he works the door. I have no idea. You know what I mean? And that's the point that I'm making. It's not like this guy is even involved in this argument. You get what I'm saying? It's not like when Tony fired off that list of comedians to Lewis, he mentioned this fucking Osama bin Laden looking motherfucker at all. You get what I'm saying? So like, why, Joe, if you think it's stupid, you know, everyone, if it's beneath you, the way that you're acting, you're giving this very pretentious vibe right now, you wouldn't be talking about it to a nobody like this. Somebody that might crack 800,000 views. And for Joe, that's low. You get what I'm saying? It's like, come the fuck on. I don't like that. I don't like this whole, like, I don't know. It seems very nose up to me what's happening right here.
This fucking thing of all time. Like, they should both be. This New York versus Austin thing is the stupidest fucking thing of all time. Like,
see what I'm talking about? Even the way he said that, this New York versus Austin, it's the stupidest thing about that. Like, we're all adults here. We're all adults here. Now, please let me hash this out with fucking Saddam Hussein himself on the podcast.
It's like you're the up person and you're chit-chatting with your lowly assistant who is going to then spread it about to everybody else.
And you know it. And you know it is. Like, exactly. You fucking nailed that. Couldn't have said it better myself. Joe knows exactly what he's doing. And again, the way he's saying it, eyebrows up. You know what I mean? Joe might as well say, I wish him well at the end of saying that. You know what I mean? That southern fucking backhanded bullshit. You know we were talking about that last night?
Yeah.
I said, I wish you well. Uh-oh. We're having technical difficulties.
Because Lewis and Tony were going back and forth and arguing, like Lewis shits on the Austin scene.
Right.
This New York versus Austin thing is the stupidest fucking thing of all time. It's like, they should both be awesome. Who cares?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary like infight. It's like catty girl fighting. It's like why we both clearly can exist in a space where we can also help each other.
There is so many things I could just pick apart this guy for right now. It's insane. Hairline back 17 inches on his goddamn head. Looks like he has cornrows, but doesn't. Like, eyes squinty as fuck. He's like, looks Asian, but is somehow Arab. and somehow looks like Squidward at the same fucking time. It's like, what is even this thing that I'm seeing on the screen? You have like the same glasses as Daria and Harry Potter somehow. And both sets of glasses are completely different shapes. How is that even possible? Like, you get what I'm saying? This guy is like AI or something. Like, I feel like Joe literally just AI'd a guest.
Maybe.
Just so he could talk shit about this Louis J. Gomez, Austin, New York situation. It's like, who is this fucking dude? And to sit there and go, yeah, I think it's very stupid. You know, it's like, we're all better than this. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't you have a building to blow up somewhere?
The New York guys are always here, and I feel like we're always there.
But the point is, what
he's actually not allowed in New York. They go, after what you did on 9/11, you're not coming back. Sorry.
Tony and Louis were going back and forth, and Louis said, well, L.A. isn't even in consideration anymore as what's the best place for comedy in the country. And Tony goes, agreed. And why do you think that is? What do you think happened? Where'd those people go?
Look at this fucking fag, dude. Joe is really like he might as well have his head completely in his ass. Like, and he's like doesn't even see the rest of the world for what it is, you know? This is the clearest sign of a guy who is so far within the bubble. It's not even funny. Everyone around this guy is sucking his balls nonstop. For those of you who want me to translate that cryptic ass message that he said, because I almost didn't understand what the fuck he just got done saying, right?
I got it.
I almost didn't. When I first heard it, I had to like literally decipher it. I go, where is he coming from? Just in case anyone else doesn't get it. He's essentially saying, when they were arguing back and forth, Louis went to Tony and said, well, LA can't even be considered in the running because you guys, nobody's there anymore. You're saying that LA was the best place for comedy, which it wasn't. This is also, Louis is literally playing off of a claim from Tony when he's saying this. This is the part that Joe is missing in all of that. That's literally the missing link in this whole entire thing that Joe just said. So he goes, yeah, Louis says to Tony, well, LA can't be considered the best place for comedy anymore because it's really not in the running anymore. And Joe's trying to do this very condescending, well, why do you think that is? Because everyone from LA left and went to Austin. Yes, we all know, Joe. That doesn't make Austin better. It just means that you took shitty LA and you fucking moved it to Austin. It's still shitty. You just moved it to a different location. If I take a piece of shit and move it to Alaska, that doesn't make it a crystal. It just makes it a colder piece of shit. It's still fucking shit. It doesn't make it better. Like, I don't understand this logic with him. Like, hit me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because your takes have been spot on lately, and that is not a joke. You got nothing?
No, I got nothing.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not nailing it right now, but we will take input. We will. You know, if you got it, give it. But this is I don't like this. Again, why do you think that is? It's like, bro, okay, so the LA guys moved to fucking Austin. It still sucks. I don't understand. And so what? Go ahead.
Well, he's just, trying to still say that they're better and get involved even though he doesn't care.
Exactly. These are big words for somebody who says that this whole thing is stupid and that both things can exist and that everybody can be awesome, right? So if that's the case, then why are you doing this condescending thing? Where you Mr. fucking Black Rifle guy. I hate Joe so much. I really do. And this is crazy to me. I used to like before I'm not even kidding. Before COVID, I was all in Joe Rogan. The first time Elon Musk smoked weed on camera, Joe Rogan. That whole meme came from Joe Rogan. You know? He had like Robert Downey Jr., all these awesome people on his show. I was like all for it. I go, this is fucking awesome. Now it's like all right-wing fucking conspiracy guys and like every single billionaire that wants to fucking essentially buy his friendship so that they can fucking jam shit down his throat so that he can then megaphone it to everyone else. It's like he's like almost a psyop now at this point to me. You know, I go, we have no room left for this guy. You know, we got to get rid of him. I'm sorry. We got to. So let's give it up for Mr. Rogan. Mr. Condescending Cuck. You know, he's the best that ever did it. As far as it comes to condescending shit, he's the best that ever did it. So now we're gonna start diving into this club scene situation. You remember last week we talked about this Clavicky Licky guy, right? He went on a nightclub with the retarded Avengers. It was Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, Clavicular, the Tate brothers, Justin Lawley or whatever his name was. That was the weird guy that I finally heard his name. I still don't remember it.
Well, speaking of being girls, this whole situation has definitely, I'm in it. They're a little drama of a situation.
Oh my
I feel
God.
like a nosy girl trying to watch their IRL things. I'm like, oh.
I
now
know,
what are they
right?
gonna do?
Isn't it kind of crazy? It's like I always thought of like IRL streaming to be kind of like very childish and whatever. Especially there was like this kid named like Jack Doherty or something like that, and he was doing it, but he was like a Dennis the Menace type of character. The type of kid that would walk around with security and like get in old people's faces, and then when people would be like, "What the fuck is your problem?" The security comes in and acts all tough, and you know what I mean? And then he's behind some huge black guy going, fuck you, you're gay, like you can't get me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
that's like causing a scene. They're not causing a scene. They're just doing whatever.
exactly. It's like keeping up with these fucking idiots. Like, just obviously we're researching them for the show, but it's almost like watching like a new form of reality TV.
Yeah.
Like now I'm involved in like who's friends with who. I'm involved in like who's not getting into where based off of what's happening. Who's getting banned from what. This has all become like so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. All this from one night out at the club.
Yeah.
And the whole time, my favorite guy, Nick Fuentes, because obviously like I'm not there for Clavicular. That happened to be what we talked about because it was mainly his stream. Nick is kind of like a forethought in that, right? But I'm there for Nick. I go, Nick's going to be at a nightclub. I go, I got to see this.
Yeah.
Right? So, but just how it got blown up, so crazy, just for them listening to Heil Hitler in the club, which, like, granted, I get it. It's like you're not going to listen to, like a Klansman theme song in the club or something like that, I guess, whatever. But, like, to the point that, like, they were...
the person that played it, not, and like...
Oh, they fired everybody. Like, they made such a big deal out of it. The club released a statement. The mayor released a statement.
I didn't know all
the
this.
mayor of Miami
I knew
Beach.
about the mayor being involved, but I didn't know they fired everybody at the club.
Not everyone, but they fired like 3 people. I'm assuming the DJ being one of them. You know? Like, if you're literally the guy who could have said no and nothing would... You know what I mean? They're 100% firing you for that.
Wonder how much money they gave him to play it. Or did they not? They didn't think anything of it.
Probably nothing. Because they probably were like, yo, well, actually, they kind of talked about it in the Sprint event a little bit. Like, because Myron Gaines was the one that played the song. Like, he talked about it in the Sprint event after they were leaving. Because Sneeko was like, dude, I've tried to get people to play that at, like, so many clubs, and every time they refuse. And Myron was like, yeah, the guy said to me that he couldn't find it. And that's why he wasn't going to play it. And we were like, no, don't worry. We'll get the link and we'll share it with you. And they found it on like Rumble or something and shared it with him. And that's how they got him to play it. Right. So he even flat out says, like, I was the one, like, without saying I did it. He kind of says it right there on stream. It's like very apparent that he says that.
So,
but this turned into a big thing. And like, it's before we get into like really who's getting blamed for it, I just wanted to show you like some of the guys' reactions to the fact. Like Sneeko's reaction was like, like it sucks or whatever. Sneeko got the hardest fucking hit out of it because he was friends with like one of the club promoters that does like all the biggest celebrity club parties around the country or something, apparently, right? This guy calls Sneeko on stream and is just like, we're banning you from everything. You can't even go to any of the hottest restaurants. Sneeko's like, bro, I thought we were friends. But surprisingly, Sneeko doubles down. He says, I'm not apologizing for that. If you don't want to be friends with me, it is what it is. You know, I don't want that to happen, but I'm not apologizing for a fucking song. Right?
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that a little bit. Like, okay, people might have been like uncomfortable about the song and shit. Hey, they're celebrities. Sorry that the DJ just happened to fucking get swayed by them. Number 2, nobody died. You know, it's like that scene from The Hangover with that Chinese guy. He's like, "But did you die?" You know what I mean? It's like nobody died. Nobody, and they try to go like, "Oh, well, Jewish people, they fear for their lives. They hear stuff like this, anti-Semitism." It's like, I don't know if anybody in the club was like listening to that song and was like, "I'm going to like legitimately kill a Jewish person." Like, you know what? I don't think that's like how it happened. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. Like, so it kind of like, it kind of just seems blown out of proportion to me. Like I said earlier, we watched it, and even seeing it live, I didn't even think anything of it. I go, oh, it's kind of funny that they got them to play it in the club, but I didn't go like, oh, these guys are in trouble tomorrow. Like, you know, it was like, what the fuck? Who cares? So I wanted to show you guys. I want to show you first. I told you about Sneako's reaction. Clavicular clearly isn't going to give a fuck. The guy's always on drugs. He's like high on ketamine or something. They probably told him he forgot. And fuck it. So I wanted to show you guys. Let's go to Nick's reaction real quick. All right. I want to show you Nick Fuentes' reaction to him being banned from the Miami Beach nightclub. It was Van Dome was the name of the nightclub. Let's listen to this.
But the Tate brothers were in town, and Fresh and Fit are out there. They're having this party. We go to the party, and we're hanging out at the party. We're getting ready to split. And somebody comes up with this idea.
Hearing him say, we're getting ready to split. He's so fucking... Anytime he tries to say any kind of lingo or something like that, it's the funniest fucking
Sounds
thing.
like the oldest man.
Oh, yeah. He's 24. He's legitimately has the soul of like a 76-year-old person. It's nuts. And of course, I say this every single time. Nick never misses with the fucking freeze frame, dude. Any frame you stop on Nick is solid motherfucking gold. I give it up to Nick every fucking time. It's the future of our country right here. It's the future of our country.
They're having this party. We go to the party, and we're hanging out at the party. We're getting ready to split. And somebody comes up with this idea. Hey, we should take Nick Fuentes to...
Like a banana, we're getting ready to split.
We go to the party, and we're hanging out at the party. We're getting ready to split.
It's like sounds like a soundbite. I might just snip that little part and just play it at like the end of every episode.
We're getting ready to
We're
split.
getting ready to split. You know, that might have to write that one down if you got something over there. There might be a pen over there somewhere. Write it on anything.
And somebody comes up with this
132.47
idea. Hey, we should take Nick Fuentes to the club for the first time. Hey, I'd like to see that. That'll be funny. That'll be hilarious. Let's get the big nerd. Let's get the big dork in the club. We'll watch him squirm.
That was exactly why I was watching. I don't know about anybody else. That's legitimately the only reason why I was watching.
That'll be funny. So we pile into the Sprinter van. Everybody is carrying on, having a great time. We go to the club, cut the line, pass through security, bottle service, hose, bring them forth.
Hose, bring them forth. Imagine Nick Fuentes. Hose, imagine if that was real and he was actually in the store. He or in the club, he swings out his hand like that. His hand is like essentially a fly swatter because it's so big. He goes, hose, bring him forth. And when he goes like that with his fingers, 2 giant gusts of wind go, because his fucking hands are huge. You know what I mean? He goes, you, come here. Woof, woof, like that. Get over here, please.
But none for me.
But none for me. I love he says that. Hose, bring him forth. But none for me. I love that.
That'll be funny. So we pile into the Sprinter van. Everybody is carrying on, having a great time. We go to the club, cut the line, pass through security, bottle service, hose, bring them forth. But none for me.
But none for me. I love that, dude.
What the fuck?
And then he looks over, inspiring as hell. He goes, none for me. And then he gives the most America First fucking pose. Off to the side, he looks, he goes, I am so inspiring right now. He goes, I swear, guys, I didn't even touch one chick.
And a song comes on the radio. My favorite song comes on the radio.
It came on the radio. We're at the club. It came on the radio.
I know, yeah, that is funny. He really is an old soul. He goes, yeah, we cranked it on the knob on the AM FM, right? All of a sudden, we're in the club. We're really jazzing. We're bopping, you know. We're going, you know. All of a sudden, my favorite song comes on the jukebox. You know, he's like such an old guy.
Party in the USA. For me, and a song comes on the radio. My favorite song comes on the radio. Party in the USA.
Bet you weren't expecting that one, were you? Party in the... This is a classic comedy skill right here. This is how you know Nick is a smart guy, because he's pulling from like a different genres right here. He's political. Right now, he's very relative, you know what I mean? And now he's bringing in comedy. This is a classic misdirect is what we call that in the biz, you know, because I'm a comedian, you know, in case anyone was wondering. I'm a failed comedian, and that's why I do this show. So he's giving a good old misdirect. I love that. You're expecting Heil Hitler? You didn't get it, did you?
For me, and a song comes on the radio. My favorite song comes on the radio. Party in the USA. Then another song comes on, another hit. Heil Hitler by Kanye West.
There it is.
The club explodes. People are throwing Roman salutes at me. We're singing nigga Heil Hitler. It plays for 30 seconds. They change the song. We leave. We wake up the next morning. It's an international incident. The mayor has issued a statement. The club has fired 3 people. We are banned by all hospitality groups in the United States. The ADL condemned the outing.
Now, I want to stop just to kind of clarify on this hospitality group thing, because I feel like it was confusing to us a little bit, and I just want to clarify that to everybody. It's like essentially the groups that put on like the high-end celebrity, rich people parties, events at different like restaurants and stuff like that. These like promoters that work with high-end clients like that work for specific companies, and they do these types of things all around the world, essentially, almost, you know? So when he says that you're banned from all the hospitality groups, he's talking like any restaurant where who's who is going to be there, where you're going to need a reservation or you're going to have to know someone's name, you're not getting in, right? Any nightclub where celebrities are having the hottest Diddy parties, you ain't getting in, okay? I'm sorry. This is the way that it works. So this is what I wanted to kind of just explain to everybody.
This is what happens when I try to go clubbing. That was my first time at the club. Never again. I go to the club one time. Never again.
That's actually kind of funny, though. Imagine that. You go to the nightclub one time. You literally stand there and drink Red Bulls the entire night. You barely even uncross your arms, right? You have fucking Justin Lawler, whatever his name is, talking your fucking ear off the whole goddamn night. The Red Bull is the only thing keeping you conscious. And then you fucking wake up and it's an international news story. You go, really? Really? You guys didn't even like, come on. Hit me with like sexual, like Clavicular literally raped 3 women that night. You get what I'm saying? Like if you really want to get liberal about it, he honked a girl's tit, told one other girl that he was going to fuck the shit out of her after ignoring her all goddamn night, right? And then tried smacking up the other goddamn 2 girls that laughed in his fucking face about the bone smashing. As far as I'm concerned, if you tried, that's sexual assault. All right? It doesn't matter if you were respectful. If you're clavicular, you even look at a woman, that's sexual assault in my opinion. So, you get what I'm saying here? They could have talked about anything else that night. The news could have been like, man does drugs and sexually assaults women live on Kick for children to see. You don't even need to be 18 to sign up for Kick, to watch it. You get what I'm saying here? They could have literally made anything bigger than what was happening here. They didn't. That's what's so funny to me.
You'd ask me if I was over 18 when I was watching Sneako's live on Kick.
Yeah, but that might be like a setting for his like channel or something like that. I don't think you like... have to be 18 to just have an account is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like it might have asked you if you were 18 because you probably didn't have an account to sign in on.
Maybe.
Because it doesn't ask me because it knows I'm not 18 or it knows I'm over 18. Imagine if I wasn't 18. I was like a 16-year-old kid with Benjamin Button syndrome this whole time.
Never forget the legacy of the song, the 6 million club goers who were affected by the song.
You like
Never
that dog
again.
whistle?
And you know,
the 6 million club goers, that's a good dog whistle right there. If you know, you know. I will not explain.
Here's the grand irony. You want to know what's really funny? I really enjoyed the club. I had a great time. The music's great, hanging out, drinking Red Bull. And I was thinking to myself, I think I'm going to give up my life of hate. I'm sitting there in the club, vibing out.
Hold up. Can we do anything right now? Let's see. Let's see. Can we do this one? Let's turn this up a little bit. You guys are going to thank me in a second. Hold up. Hold up. No, this has got to go a little faster than that. Where are we at? There we go. All right, let's go back to this now.
Really funny. I really enjoyed the club. I had a great time. The music's great, hanging out, drinking Red Bull. And I was thinking to myself, I think I'm going to give up my life of hate.
I think
I'm sitting there in the club, vibing out, the lights, the music, the energy, the people. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, you know, I think I'm going to give up my life of hatred and racism.
Tell me this doesn't make it better.
Maybe I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Maybe I can start a new life in this club. I want to make love in this club.
I want to make love in this club, he says. He goes, I want to make love in this club. Tell me that the background music does not make it so much better when you hear it. He's like getting so, he goes, the music was, and the Red Bull was flowing, and you just hear fucking Akon in the background. Make love right now. That is fucking good, dude. Nick Fuentes with a backtrack is fucking spot on, dude. I'm not going to lie.
The energy, the people. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, you know, I think I'm going to give up my life of hatred and racism. And maybe I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Maybe I can start a new life in this club. I want to make love in this club.
Yes.
I'm thinking, maybe I had it all wrong. I was wasting my life spewing vitriol about immigrants and Jews when I could be having a blast every weekend with my friends. I said, you know, I think I'm going to resolve to become a club guy in Miami. Maybe these Jews and women and blacks aren't so bad.
Now, at this point, I'm losing my mind. I'm staring at my screen going, no! I go, he's going to give it all up. I go, no! I'm losing my mind when I'm watching this for the first time. I go, he can't be serious. He can't be serious. Now, it's so funny. That last line, maybe all these Jews and women and blacks, maybe they're all not that bad. You know? I'm listening to Heil Hitler in this club, and it's changing my worldview. This is what I'm saying. People think this song is so bad. If it could do something like this to a guy like that, I mean, I think that we could really break the chains from a song. You know? One day somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye. You know what I'm saying? And break free from the chains. I know you know what song I'm talking about. Song. Oh, man, that's a good one. I love that. I want to make love in this club. When he says that, oh, my God.
My head, you know, I think I'm going to give up my life of hatred and racism. and maybe I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Maybe I can start a new life in this club. I want to make love in this club.
I love that.
I'm thinking, maybe I had it all wrong.
It's so funny, dude. I want to make love in this club. It's the same as him saying, I want to split. Like, we're going to split.
Yeah.
It's like the same as hearing that. It hits you, you go, wait a minute, hold up.
Wasting my life spewing vitriol about immigrants and Jews when I could be having a blast every weekend with my friends. I said, I think I'm going to resolve to become a club guy in Miami. Maybe these Jews and women and blacks aren't so bad. But then they proved me right. My former life of hatred and anti-Semitism is completely vindicated. I am doubling down. More anti-Semitism, more Hitler, more racism, more sexism. You banned me from the club? Well, then, now we're going even harder than ever. You took that away from me?
You took that away? I love that. Now, obviously, Nick was joking. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. We have to give it up. That was so fucking funny. He goes, I want to make love in this club. Like, that is the funniest fucking thing I could ever possibly think of. So that's Nick's reaction to that, right? Nick doubling down. Sneeko doubling down. Myron Gaines really doubling down. This idiot, the next stream. Thank you. So Myron Gaines really doubled down. The next time he was on stream, he legitimately showed up with like Jew curls, a hat, a fucking beard and shit. And he was like playing like Jew fucking techno music and shit. I was like, dude, calm down. Like now you're making everyone look like asses. You know what I mean? Like you ain't doing anyone favors that way, right? If you're going to double down, you want people to take you serious. You don't want to double down and be like, I was knowingly being an asshole, right? That's not the way to do it. But now, the Tate brothers were also there, right? Wait until you guys see Andrew Tate's reaction to this. Andrew actually kind of got some fucking shit for this. Look at this. This you're going to love. So, I want to say like literally the next day, Andrew Tate goes on Patrick Bet David. This is a guy, we'll explain him to you later, but if anyone knows this cucky manosphere, this right-wing manosphere type shit, you know who Patrick Bet David is. And if you don't, fucking Google him. So, Tate goes on Patrick Bet David the next day to do a live podcast to try to do damage control on this whole thing. And wait until you see how he fucking sells these guys down the river. In my opinion, this is not top G shit, right? This ain't it right here. If you're a fan of Andrew Tate after some shit like this, you're a bitch.
Okay, so why don't we do this though? On a serious note, so let's play this clip, Rob, and then Tate will just start off with this clip, what the news is saying, and we'll come.
It's on the news.
It's all over the place.
We made the fucking news.
You made the news. Channel 7, Miami. So Rob, if you want to play this clip, go for it.
People laughing and celebrating Heil Hitler and Adolf Hitler. I cannot believe we're even seeing this and witnessing Miami Beach.
Yo, that was the most Jewiest guy I've ever seen in my time. Dude, this is like a fucking... Like, if you looked up Jewish stereotype in Webster's dictionary, you would legitimately get a picture of this man. He looks insane to me. Am I the only one that... I think this guy looks like a caricature. Like somebody molded his face or something like that out of clay. And I don't know. I might be a little stoned for this or something like that. Call me anti-Semitic, but this guy, and the way he's freaking out, he's like really making this a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can hear it in his voice. He's only on screen for like 2 seconds, and you could hear how agitated he is.
People laughing and celebrating Heil Hitler and Adolf Hitler. I cannot believe we're even seeing this and witnessing Miami Beach.
A Miami Beach nightclub catching heat, accused of celebrating hate with a song about Hitler.
Absolute disgust. Disgusted, horrified.
City leaders reacting to videos making the...
Oh, he is Jewish. You could. There it is. There's the. Okay, so it wasn't just the looks. I was just being like, an asshole. It's being a little cynical or facetious, whatever you want to call it, cheeky, if you will. Racist. You can categorize it however you want. I was joking, and you assumed because of the look, right?
I thought you knew that, and we're just saying that.
Miami Beach is known for having a very, very large Jew population.
I mean, it's Florida.
Yeah. Florida is Jew territory. It's where Jews go to die.
Absolute disgust. Disgusted, horrified.
City leaders reacting to videos making the rounds on social media featuring the Kanye West song with the lyrics Heil Hitler over and over again. The same men seen in the club, known as controversial influencers, are also in a video from a limo. In that one, they're singing, and one of them is performing a Nazi salute.
Look at Myron. This is the type of shit that I'm talking about. It's like Myron, you really can't bring him anywhere. And it's funny because he's the darkest one in the group, and he's the first one to be like, yo, blacks be acting all crazy and shit, right? And he's the only one acting crazy in this whole situation. Yeah, I get it. They're bumping to the song, but you don't see them all going like, hey, man, fucking how, you know what I mean? Like, he's the only one like taking it to this obnoxious ass level. It's kind of nuts.
Have people in our city celebrating this. Animals.
This is obviously not welcome in Miami Beach. It should not be welcome anywhere in the world.
And by the way, I spoke to other club operators. They are not welcome in their club. How they got into this club, open arms, I want to know how.
The videos are...
That's typical Jew shit. You know what's funny is like, this is really... Let's be realistic here for a second, right? This group of people that are feeling a little certain way about this song, right? They go, oy vey, this is not right. This hatred music. We can't have this for the safety of our people in the city. They want to say that we have all this power. We don't even have all this power. Now, because of the song, ban them from every hospitality group. They can't go to no restaurants and nightclubs in the entire country. They're not welcome back in Miami Beach. We have no power, but they cannot come back here. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying here? It wouldn't something like this kind of actually play into that? Like, that's just me. I'm saying like this is really, they're going like, yo, guys, y'all are saying we control the weather and that we like are in control of all the stuff in Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. And one actor goes, damn, Israel's like really popping off, right? They go, you're not going to be in the next Snow White. You know what I mean? They go, as a matter of fact, Disney's dropping your contract. All your sponsorships are gone. You're an anti-Semite. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. I thought you guys didn't control everything. Oh, hey, remember that tweet that you said about Jews? You can no longer bank. You get what I'm saying? It's like really kind of like, that kind of stuff. It's like the Streisand effect, the Barbra Streisand effect. You familiar with that?
I know Barbra Streisand, but I don't know the effect.
So, like, back in the day, someone, I think, like, leaked her house on the internet or something like that, and she had tried to get it, like, scrubbed off of the internet. And in doing so, she had more people share it, and it spread around more because people are like, you're not going to fucking silence the internet. The internet always wins. So it's kind of like that. Mm-hmm. It's like you're almost like you're shedding light on it almost by complaining about it. I'm not saying that it's right that they played the song necessarily. Right. I don't necessarily give a fuck. I could have been in that club and been offended and would have just woke up the next day and lived my life and been like, damn, that was kind of not cool last night. You know what I mean? It's not going to ruin my fucking life, even if I was upset about it. But it really plays into that. You Jews complain a lot. Jews feel they play the victim a lot, but they seem to have a lot of control around a lot of stuff. And then they go, nah, that's just a conspiracy theory. It's like, really? Because these 5 guys are like banned from like every fucking thing, and you're making them like international villains, And I'm not saying what they did is right, but again, I could think of 3 sexual assault cases that you could have put on the news from that night that would have held more water than this. You get what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Like, so this is kind of crazy to me.
from Saturday night. This one inside the club Vendome at 743 Washington Avenue. The club releasing a statement on social media that reads in part, "We want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, or prejudice of any kind." It goes on to state, "We are deeply disturbed by the harm caused by this incident and the circulation of this footage." The Post explains the business is looking into safeguards and procedures to make sure this doesn't happen again. As for the men in the video celebrating the song, the mayor has...
Can pause it at this time.
I barely even see me in any of this,
Yeah.
firstly. But
here's the cope that's about to start happening. Now, you see right out the gate, he goes, "See how you noticed I wasn't even there a lot." Dude, Andrew, you were there for like 4 hours of the stream. Like, we watched, it was half of the stream was at your house, bro. Like, calm down. You know what I mean? Let's not take it that far. He's trying to pull, like, now you see me, now you don't, like, type of thing. It's like, all right, calm down. We know you were there.
I want to be very careful here because I don't want to deflect too heavily. I don't want to be blaming other people, etc.
I don't want to come off like a bitch.
A whole bunch of songs were played that night, none of which I requested. None. I walk into a nightclub and songs are played. Unfortunately, if anything happens anywhere near me, it gets tied to my name. If someone got shot in that club, they would have said, "Andrew Tate's in a nightclub where this man got shot." I didn't shoot him.
Someone got sexually assaulted at your house. On stream, live. I was right. We all watched it. Yeah. You were on the couch 4 feet away from the guy. You know? Your buddy Justin's over there going, "This bitch ain't no 10." While Klavicki Lecky's over there going, "Her tits are," and he's fucking honking the fuck out. You know what I mean? It's like, you were there for that. You remember that part? I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what the fuck? So a woman could have gotten sexually assaulted at my house, and all of a sudden I'm responsible. Well, it's like, yeah, if you were like standing 4 feet away from her, it's like, you could have said something. Maybe.
I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know who the fuck he is. I was there and the song was played. The actual conversation I think that's interesting to have when it comes to this is the nature of the internet and the nature of influencing in general. Because I think we're living in a world now where only shock value seems to get anybody's attention for any significant period of time because everyone's dopamine receptors are completely fried. So all of these young influencers or anyone on the internet who's trying to make any name for themselves is trying to be as controversial and shocking as possible as quickly as possible. And that's why the song was played, because it gets views. That's why. I didn't play it. I didn't ask them to play it. I didn't dance. I didn't sing. In fact, the only time you see me on there is me storming out of the bus saying this is ridiculous and leaving. But I know why it was played. It was played because of this. It was played because it gets traction in a world where everybody is bored of everything all of the time.
Damn, way to throw every person under the bus except for you. That's like the most like middle school shit. Like your mom catches you smoking with a group of kids or something like that. You're like, I was just there. The smoking was happening, but like I was there. That's why I smell like it. It's like, bro, chill, bro. You're there, you're in trouble. You hanging out with the kids, you're in trouble, bro. Calm down. You ever hear guilt by association? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like these terms exist for a reason, you know? Guilt by association, statutory rape. You know what I mean? Like these sayings exist for a reason.
That's why these young people are encouraged constantly to try and do the most shocking thing possible. You see this not just with this song, you see this on all their streams. They're running people over and doing retarded shit constantly. So I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to, blame someone else. But it is kind of...
Top G denied. Look at that.
These people look ridiculous.
Yo, the Patrick Bet David crew is like the fucking cuckiest goddamn crew ever.
What are they wearing?
They all think they're like these like gentleman club cigar, like, lounge having like, I bet every one of them at home has like a Hugh Hefner smoking jacket and shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. This is like the caliber of guy that we're dealing with here. Like, it's very fucking, it's fucking tacky, faggy, whatever you want to call it. It's just so bad.
Where we live in.
Why hang out with them?
Well, I haven't seen them in a long time. It's the first time.
Listen, he's about to throw blame on someone. Now, remember, just fucking 5 minutes ago, he goes, I don't want to deflect. I don't want to come off as a bitch and actually blame anyone, right? Now he goes, let's give it a couple minutes. I'm going to blame someone right here.
I met two of them. It's the first time I met Clav and Nick. I spoke to them online, but it's the first time I ever met them. I hadn't seen Sneeko in a while.
You and Nick have never met each other?
Never met.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Never met.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and the Braden guy, Clav, whatever his name is, he's new.
First time I ever met them.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, they were nice guys when I met them. You know, it's the first time I've spoken to them. I sat down with them, and I don't think they even put the song on. I can't. I have to guess. I think Sneeko may have put the song on.
I think Sneeko may have put this on. Now, hold on. I don't want to go and blame anyone. Andrew has like this weird half British, half not. But every time I try to do his accent, I immediately go to like eloquent Brit. You know what I mean? He's like, now hold on. I don't want to blame anyone here, but quite frankly, I'm going to blame Sneeko. Sneeko did it. He was always the one who did it, and I'll never blame anyone else ever in my life.
When I met them, you know, it's the first time I've spoken to them. I sat down with them, and I don't think they even put the song on. I can't. I have to guess. I think Sneeko may have put the song on, who I'd met many times before. But it was a long night. It was 6 or 7 hours in which, for 2 minutes of it, someone got a phone and put a song on. Wasn't
and you don't happen to remember none of that? You know what the craziest part about this cope right here with Andrew Tate is? Like, not to like dick ride Sneeko or nothing like that, but like Sneeko was busy actually getting his dick rode the entire time. Like there was a woman that literally had his balls hostage that entire time that he was at the club. It's like he couldn't have played that song if he tried. That girl would have like beat the shit out of him or something. Like she was geeking out, sucking on that lollipop and just rubbing his balls raw the whole time. So it's like, let's go back to the tapes or something. You know what I mean? This guy was getting a nut while all of you were sitting without girls wanting to play Heil Hitler. That's the kind of part that I was like, damn, that is kind of a little fucked up.
Yeah.
To blame it on the one guy, aside from Clavicular, who was forcefully getting women. Sneeko is like the only one that would just like actually just stand there, and then a girl just goes up to him and goes, let me pop my pussy on you real quick. You know what I mean? Clavicular is grabbing girls by the pussy like a caveman, bonking them over the head and dragging them through the club. You know, he's like getting real handsy, right? Sneeko's the only one that's got like the natural magnet, right? That the girl just comes over, doesn't say a word to him, and just starts popping puss right on him immediately. And he's the one that gets blamed for this. Is that not crazy? Let's give it up for Andrew Tate. Class action sellout, dude. Class action sellout, my man. That is wild. So we're sitting at an hour 37. I think we had some super chats, some Fuentes super chats, but we might have to just call it. You want to do one or two? No, because so there's this storm right now, guys. We where we live, we're getting hit with like these ice storm warnings and stuff like that. So we really are trying to like knock this one out and get everyone back and home safe. I have a studio full of like 50 people that are working on the back end here. None of them are paid. It's all unpaid interns, and like we can't have them with ice on the roads and stuff like that. So we will be cutting it short this episode, but I kind of like the hour and a half, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start yamming everything into an hour and a half. I kind of like that. Quick, get in, get out, leave something for the guys to chew on until we go live again or something, you know? And what we don't get to talk about here, we just roll it over to the live sheet and we have shit to talk about then.
Yeah.
So on that note, this is going to have to be, of course, the worst part of the show. This is the end of the show. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around for yet another great episode of Lost Ox Media. Be sure to catch us every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, episodes go up. We do audio episodes at 4:30 a.m. on all your favorite audio podcast platforms. 4:30 p.m. video episodes go up on YouTube and Spotify. We do have a membership tier coming up soon. We're doing a lot of stuff on the back end of our website. But for now, be sure to check out the website and support us by buying merch from the show. That's lostox.media, lostaux.media. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Hit the notifications if you want to catch us when we're live, because, of course, we do not announce them. As always, much love for watching. I bid you adieu, and I bid you goodbye. See ya.
Don't give a fuck, think I'm playing. I just might go to the sale. Give me a sack of my bag. Nigga running up on me is a mistake. Yeah, I'm coming, nigga fucking up the place. Right. And I ain't got no time to be wasted. I'm crazy, nigga sitting in my face. Nigga running up on me